Hello, it's the Manga Anime Nerd, and today I want to do something completely different. I want to go after every change that happened between the manga and the anime version of Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters. This was my favorite series, and I collected all the cards. You see, let me get my deck. It's a pretty weak one, I'll tell you that. This is my deck. My 40 card deck, my main monster being Blackluster Soldier and Dark Magician. Yeah, I'm using a Yugi deck. Get over with it. Uh, without further ado, let's go after every change I've seen, every change for the manga and anime of Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters, otherwise known as Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelist in the manga. Uh, when Yugi's grandpa lost his soul after Yugi lost to Pegasus through their duel via the television, his soul is placed in a videotape, unlike is placed in a card, and Pegasus is taking it. The arenas in Duelist Kingdom where the players fight are on a table in a booth with holographic projectors. Yeah, not the one. When one of Seto Kaiba's suits betrays him, he puts a gun to his head during their helicopter ride, and Kaiba jams it with a card and pushes the suit out of the helicopter into the lake below. Unlike that, uh, there was a gun to his head, but it wasn't in the helicopter. It was actually on the ground. When Panic duels Yami Yugi, he places a rope around the latter's neck so that when he wins, he will hang his opponent. This is not what happens in the anime. That's pretty effed up. Bandit Keith approaches Pegasus after losing to Joey and threatens Pegasus to give him the prize money with a knife, not a gun. Pegasus gives Keith a penalty game for losing to Joey and turns his hand into a gun where he is used to shoot himself, killing Keith until he's brought back to life in Yu-Gi-Oh! R. Basically, playing Russian roulette on him. The game Yugi and Duke play is different than the rules of Dungeon Dice Monsters, and Yapi Bakura arrives to give Yugi encouragement to win without the Millennium Puzzle. In the end, Duke's father destroys it after Duke's defeat and oh, knocks a candle over, starting a fire where forces both Yugi to put the puzzle back together and Joey to rescue him. No, this wasn't Bandit Keith's fault. It was Duke's father, who was not in the anime, except for Dark Side Dimensions. Bakura's journey with Joey through Battle City and separates when he meets Merrick. I don't know. Mask of Light straps a chain around Kaiba's duel disc and forces him and Yugi to duel on top of a building in a life or death duel. Basically, the chain will pull them in. Doesn't matter. Yeah. Joey wears a jacket throughout Battle City. He wears his school attire throughout Battle City instead of the t-shirt and thing. When Taya is held captive by Merrick, Yuki is forced to duel Joey or she will swallow a poisoned capsule. Moko is then held at knife point by a rare hunter so Kaiba cannot interfere with the duel. Jeez. Bones is killed by Bakura after losing, in a different way. The battle between Yugi and Kaiba's Egyptian god cards is short, unlike the anime, which took 6 episodes long. Kaiba starts a countdown to detonate the duel tower before Yami Yugi and Yami Merrick start their duel. Jeez. And now the anime ones. The duel arena are bigger in Duelist Kingdom and the players stand on the platforms. Yep, makes sense. The series begins with Yugi against Kaiba It is their first battle as opposed to manga where they fought at Death T. So the first duel in Duel Monsters in the 2000 anime, the one we got over at the West, technically is a revamped version of when they fought at Death T. Okay? As opposed to a ventriloquist, Kaiba's Dark Half is actually an ugly monster who is using his deck. Makes sense. Kaiba is ambushed while walking to Pegasus Castle by a gunman and neutralizes the threat by putting a card into the ignition trigger, just like the helicopter, although it was on the ground. Yami Yugi and Yami Bakura battle with souls inside of cards as is and it is their first battle as opposed to their battle in the RPG miniature world, which is in the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Panic douses the arena in flames as opposed to a rope. Makes sense. Yugi and Joey's battle to determine who will face Pegasus in the finals. Yeah, Yugi and Joey never faced in Duelist Kingdom. That was anime exclusive. Beneki threatens Pegasus with a gun, not a knife. But Pegasus opens a trapdoor, ejecting Keith from the island. After Duelist Kingdom, Yugi and his friends battle Rebecca Hawkins in the Big Five in the virtual world as filler episodes. They're not actual episodes, they're not actual chapters in the manga. Joey and Duke duel as opposed to using a playing card trick. Makes sense. Duke's father is not evil nor shows up on screen. Makes sense. Ben and Keith is brainwashed by Merrick into dueling Yugi after taking his puzzle. Yugi must rebuild his puzzle when Keith starts a fire and Joey and Tristan rescue him. The rare hunters that beat Joey loses by having his life points dropped to zero, as opposed to losing due to his win condition being gone. Yeah, having his life points dropped to zero. Okay, and due to his win condition being gone. Joey and Weevil's duel include the summoning of the perfectly ultimate Great Moth, which is not present in the manga. Yeah, that never happened. Yugi and Kaiba's first tag duel is fully shown. Bakura and Bones' duel is fully shown. Mai gets a filler episode. Okay. Mai and Yami Merrick's duel is linked in as well as his different monsters, which include holding arms and holding legs, which are not actually real cards. The duel between Yami Merrick and Yami Bakura is linking. It has Bakura take the God card as opposed to Bakura, or it has Bakura take the God card as opposed to Bakura standing it straight to the graveyard. Right. The virtual word arc and the rematch between Joey and Kaiba is added as filler. Makes sense. The battle between Kaiba and Yugi's God cards is lengthened. It was short in the manga, like it said. Kaiba blows up the tower after the final duel. He doesn't do it before the final duel. Before the final duel. The last episode of season 3 is a flashback episode that is a filler. Neat. Those are all the changes to Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelist. Not the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Yu-Gi-Oh! Millennium War. I will do those later on. I just wanted to go back and go after seasons 1 to 3. Oh yeah, and season 4 is filler. Just wanted to break you out there. Season 4 never existed in the manga and is entirely filler. Just to lengthen the manga's run. So I hope you all enjoy, and yeah, these are some big changes. Uh, this is my first anime and manga review ever since the video games, Dragon Ball video games, so I may as well do what I do best. This is the Manga Anime Nerd signing out. Peace.